Welcome to Luxor, the city of culture and civilization. We are in the East Bank now, in the city of Luxor. And behind me you can see the mountain of the West Bank. It's lighting up at night. All the tombs for the kings and the queens and the nobles, and all the mortuary temples for the pharaohs of the new kingdom period. I'm sure you will be happy when you will be here in this place. Find the magic, and you can see anything you can expect. Everything, culture, civilization, different people, different nationalities, and you can see all the side of life. In Egypt, you can enjoy your felucca in the same boat during the daytime, at the sunset time, and you can see the sunset behind the mountains of the West Bank as I mentioned before. You see the Nile, it's wide, and it's built on the Nile, the culture of Egypt. So here, it's a great place. I invite you to enjoy in Egypt, in Upper Egypt, especially in Luxor and in Aswan. We have Nile cruise boats between Luxor and Aswan for sailing, 3 nights and 4 nights. You can enjoy and you will find everything. You will be happy. Sure, it's great and it's magic, charming, at night, the lighting up, the mountain of the West Bank. By the way, no, it's not only the tombs and the temples. We have different kinds of tourism, like meditation. A big group of meditation used to be here, inside the temples, close to the tombs, and you can see different kind of tourism, like the culture, the countryside. You can see the primitive life of the people, all the way of life. This walking up at the early morning, working in their fields for different crops with a rich soil, and you can see all of that in the way to the West Bank. Plus, you can see all the kind of Egyptian pets, like the donkeys, like the camels, buffaloes, all the different way of life. You can see the irrigation system of the fields from the Nile, because the Nile, is made of the culture of Egypt and the civilizations, because it's the only way for the irrigation system in Egypt here. There's no rains. It's like few drops every year. So the main resource for irrigation, for drinking, for their life activities, for washing, for everything, it's very important. National security in Egypt. The Nile is the second longest river in the world after Amazon, more than 6,000 kilometers from the middle of Africa, Lake of Victoria and Lake of Tana in Ethiopia. I hope you will find everything to satisfaction here in Luxor, and I'm sure you will find the magic, you will find the culture and civilization and civil people. The people here, everybody know well the tourism and the tourists more than 200 years ago. We are in the east side, the city of culture, as I mentioned, the city side. Other side, West Bank, the sacred mountain of the West Bank. All the tombs for the kings and the queens, nobles, more than 911 tombs for the nobles, more than 90 tombs in Valley of the Queens, and the mortuary temples for kings and the queens, rulers of the new kingdom period in the Egyptian history. And when I mean, this new Egyptian history, it's mean new kingdom or the new state from 16 to 1100 BC. Approximately 550 years, it was a golden time and the greatest period in the Egyptian history. We know all the famous names for the kings and the queens, like King Ramses II, Queen Hatshepsut, King Tutankhamun, all the rulers, all the famous rulers, queens and the kings in the new kingdom period. The city of Luxor, still we have two temples, the largest temple in the world, Karnak temple, more than 60 acres, and Luxor temple. Between both of them, an avenue of sphinxes or Ram's Road, more than 2.7 kilometers between both of them, prepared for the sacred divine procession of the boats of Amun, Mut and Council. This only in the east side, the city of Luxor. The West Bank or the west side and the sacred mountains, all the antiquity sites. And still we have excavation, still excavating on this area to find the new tombs and the new temples. And you can see the magic at night. It's like a light show, lighting up at night, all the night like that. And you can feel magic from inside. A big group of meditation used to come to Luxor, inside the temples, close to the tombs, to see the people, to see the way of life. During the way to the West Bank, you can see the countryside of Luxor. It's completely different. It's completely different kind of tourism. You can see the primitive life of the people. You can see the Egyptian pets. You can see camels, water buffaloes. You can see the people when they're walking up at the early morning to start their work inside their fields. You can see all the kind of crops because it's very rich soil. Long time, thousands of years, the Nile flooding made this Nile silt and the black land And one of the names of ancient Egypt, Kemet. And Kemet means the land of the Nile silt, or the Black Land. And we have Dishert, it means the land of the sands. We have many names, there for Egypt. And Luxor, it's a modern name. It means the city of the royal palaces. When the Arabs came more than 1,000 years ago and they founded all the temples in the east and the west side, and they thought it was the royal palaces, and royal palace in ancient Egyptian language or in the Arabic language, it's mean Qasr, plural of Qasr, Aksur. It became Luxor in English. It became Luxor in English, but the ancient name of the city, Wasit. Wasit. Wasit, it means the sacred city of God Amun-Ra. And Amun-Ra, he was the king of the gods in the new kingdom, the sun god of Egypt. So it's amazing place. I promise you, when you will be here, when you come to visit Egypt, and you can see Luxor and Aswan or Upper Egypt, and you can see all the Nile cruise boats, for the sailing for 3 and 4 nights. Amazing trip. Watching birds along both sides of the Nile, and you can see Nile Felucca. It's a sailboat. It's basically depend on air, washing of the air. There is no engines and more quiet. You can see botanical garden. You can see Philae, Temple of Idfu, Komombo, all the antiquity sites, everything. You can find everything here in Egypt. Even in Luxor Temple, we have 5 kind of cultures: ancient Egyptians, Greek, Romans, Christian, and Islamic culture in the same place. And I'm sure you will not see something like that all over the world. It's only in Egypt, especially in Upper Egypt and Luxor, the city of culture and civilization. Thank you.